This is part 2 of the information about the Adramelech. And basically, I'm just going to go into a little more detail so you all will know that, we got to really pay attention to what our kids are watching, what our kids are playing on these video games, etc. And you won't believe what Adramelech is really, where it comes from. Let me read some information from Wikipedia. It's not elaborate, but it's true because it's Bible based. They have the same scriptures that I went through, and I want to go through some information here. Okay, let me pull something up real quick. Okay. The Adramelech. There was also a god called Baal Adramelech. His name, Baal, means Lord. Mythology. The title Baal was a title for many gods, and he is described as a son of Sennacherib, king of Assyria. In later times, he is associated with the Moloch of Carthage. This often leads to the concept that children were sanctified to him. And we read in 2 Kings where they were burnt. So sanctified means to be put up as an offering. That's just put it, they're trying to cover it up. But I want to put this information out real quick. A lot of us believe that the name Jehovah, because we see it in the Word of God, is God himself. Now, this information is controversial, but it's true, that what I'm about to get into, because I've researched it over and over. Now, of course, the Bible is perfect. And I do believe that Satan threw bones in to try to throw people off. That's why we have so many different names for God, but it's only one name that he gave. The first name he gave was I am that I am, which means Ahaya, Ashur Ahaya. When he came in human form as Christ, his name was Emmanuel. And you can read these scriptures in Isaiah chapter 7, which will precept Matthew chapter 1, verses 21 through 27. So you can research this information. I'm not just making this up. Okay. But having said that, let me pull up in the concordance the name Baal, and is it associated? And they say I have the concordance, which is the Hebrew and the Greek. The New Testament was written in Greek. The Old Testament was written in Hebrew. Let me pull this up real quick. One moment here. Computer's acting a little slow. Now, I'm going to put in the name Bailey, which is the same as Baal in your Strong's Concordance. And I'll give you the number those who have a Strong's Concordance. You can put in this information. Is it associated with the Adramelech? See, remember, Satan is very, very cunning. He's a cunning serpent. All right. Matter of fact, let me do something real quick. Let me bring this camera around so you don't think I'm making this up here. This is from your Strong's Hebrew Lexion search results. And it says, Bailey, as you can see, number 1180, Bailey, from 1167, my master Bailey, a symbolic name for, Jehovah? Very interesting, right? Very interesting. Let me put in Hova. Let's see what it stands for. What does that say? Now, is these my words here? Hova. And that's the root word. Look at that. Another form for 1942, and I'm going to read through that. Ruin, mischief. Let's go to 1942 and see what that says. Hova. Look at that. Eagerly coveting and rushing upon. By implication of falling. Desire, also ruin, calamity, iniquity. Let me move this out the way. I got everything up here. Mischief. Mischievous. Naughtiness, naughty, noisome, perverse thing. Substance, very wickedness. Now, some of you may say, well, that's not saying Jehovah. But if you look up the word Jah, it just means sacred name. But it didn't say sacred name of who. That's the biggest deal. Okay? Now, I just put that up there so you would know that it's affiliated with your Adramelech. And remember, we read in 2 Kings chapter 17 when they would burn kids. So we got to be very careful, because we'll be playing these games out. Even adults play these games, and we'll be playing these games and exalting some god or goddess. Okay. So look for more videos. You know, I study a lot. You know, I've learned to put me aside and put people first. Love your neighbor as thyself. Love you all.